Early on, we learned that if we want to find the area of a triangle, and it doesn't have to be a right triangle, then we can find the area of that triangle if we know a few of the things. If we know the height of the triangle and we know the base of the triangle, we can find the area by saying 1/2 base times height. We usually learn that in elementary school. Alright, and then we either forget it or we use it from time to time, and we're just reminded of that. Well, we have another formula to find the area of a triangle, and we can use this formula, and it uses trig. If we know two sides of a triangle and the angle that the two sides make up. Any two sides of a triangle and the angle that they make up. So it doesn't matter which two sides, but you have to know, say, this side and this side, two sides of the triangle, and then the angle measure that they make. If you know that, that's side, angle, side, then you can find the area of that triangle by saying 1/2 times both of the sides, so times A times B times the sine of the angle measure that they make. So it works for any of the angles as long as you know an angle and you know the two sides that make up the angle. You can find the area by just saying 1/2 times the product of the sides times the sine of the angle measure. So, for example, let's say that I wanted to find the area of this triangle. Let's say this side was 2, this side was 3, and this angle measure was 50 degrees. Then I can find the area by saying 1/2 times the product of the two sides times the sine of the angle measure that they make. Of course, I'd want to probably do this in a calculator, and then if I do it in a calculator, I'm going to get an approximation. So let's say that I want to find that as 3 times 50 sine equals. So the area for this triangle is about if I rounded the two places, 2.30 square units. Alright. 1/2 times the product of the two sides times the angle measure that they make up. Now, if you know the lengths of the three sides of a triangle, but you don't know any of the angle measures, you can use something called Heron's formula. It's a pretty neat little formula. To use Heron's formula, part of Heron's formula is a variable called S. So that's the first thing you have to figure out. S is equal to 1/2 times the sum of the three sides of a triangle. So 1/2 times the sum of the three sides is S. Once we know what S is, we can find the area of the triangle by taking the square root of S times S minus A times S minus B times S minus C. So what you do is you find S, then find what each one of these are equal to, S minus A, S minus B, S minus C. Take the product of all that, once you find those, and then take the square root, and you'll have the area of the triangle.